Hello, YouTubers and fellow Facebook friends and family. Here we go. So, I just saw a video on YouTube about how the 8mm Mauser, that's right, the German World War II 8mm Mauser, which I have one here, is the worst gun you can buy for your first gun. Look at that. It's got a steel butt plate. I will put a link to his video in the comments below so you can see exactly what he says. He says this is the worst gun you can buy for your first gun. Look, I even have a sight hood on mine. Mine didn't come with that. I bought it on eBay. So I got a strap. I got, but what are we looking at? Gun is clear. We're all good. So he says that this gun is the worst. I honestly think that the worst gun you can buy in Canada for your first gun is a Savage Axis. I don't care what caliber it's in. I think that the Savage Axis is the worst gun you can buy. I think this would be better for hunting moose or elk, or even deer for that matter. I think this gun, you know, he talks about volley fire and all that stuff. Anyways, let me get into the points. Let me make a comparison. Did you know that the Lee Enfield, which is comparable to the 8mm Mauser, which also has a metal buttstock, was sporterized, which means they cut off all this wood stuff up here and all this stuff up here and had a little sight here, and they cut all that shit off. And this gun is clear too. Clear. So this Lee Enfield, as a comparison, they called them sporterized. Sporterized Lee Enfields were the go-to hunting rifle in Canada. I won't say North America. I'll just say Canada, because you could buy these Lee Enfields back in the day for, like, I don't know, they sold them by the crate load for cheap. You could buy these, and they were, you know what they would do with the farmers? The farmers would cut all this shit off. They'd take all that wood off, and they'd make them into hunting rifles. So, and similarly, very few that did make it into Canada, many of the Mausers were done like that too. They were sporterized. So I don't know if you want a sporterized Mauser. Anyway, so going on to what I'm trying to say here is let's talk about his arguments for comparison. He bought one for $199. Okay, so that's a good deal. That's like, you're not going to get an 8mm Mauser in Canada for less than $1,000 now. So I don't know where he's getting his guns for $199, but that's a damn good deal. Like, honestly, if I could get an 8mm Mauser, I'd gobble up 6 of them for $199. So, but apparently he says these butt pads are bad for your... So, I mean, what's wrong with buying you know, the old farmers used these old guns in the day. I mean, it's not like it's gonna kill you to have a little recoil. I mean, here's let's look at this for comparison. This is a 300 Win Mag. Even though it has a muzzle brake on the end of it, it is a 300 Win Mag, but it's got a butt pad on the end of it. So Are you saying this is a shitty first rifle for somebody? If honestly, I think if somebody wants to shoot sheep in the mountains of Canada, this rifle is clear too. So, if somebody wants to shoot sheep in the mountains of Canada, what are they going to use as a first rifle? 6.5 Creedmoor? But wait till the end of the video. I will tell you what this guy says, what he recommends as your first rifle compared to these. So, but before I get into that, I want to talk about ammo. So here we have 4 cartridges. 4 cartridges. This is a 303 British. This is an 8mm Mauser. Very, very similar, right? This is a 195 grain bullet. You can take a moose with this. I don't know, like, if you're going to choose a first rifle, if you can get it for $199, like this guy is trying to say he can get a fucking 8mm Mauser for $200, kudos to him. Like, fuck. They're $1,000 in Canada. But here's an 8mm Mauser with, this has a 195 grain bullet in it, and this has a 180 grain bullet in it. And look at the comparison. I don't know if I can compare these equally on the video here, but like what was modeled after the 8mm Mauser in the United States, because they couldn't use the 8mm Mauser after World War I, was the 30-06. That's a 30-06 compared to an 8mm Mauser right there. I don't know if you see that. There's a 30-06 compared to... This is the go-to hunting rifle. This is the go-to... So he's saying this is like... What is this? He's like saying this 8mm Mauser is shitty, is like not a friendly cartridge for the first time hunter. I mean, if you're hunting moose, I'd rather have a 195 grain bullet coming out of here than a 180 grain bullet coming out of here. I mean, this is a 180 grain bullet right here is what we're looking at, and it's coming out of this shell. So I don't know if he realizes how recoil works, but recoil works by, well, how it works is the heavier the bullet, the more recoil you're going to have. So if you have a 195 grain bullet coming out of here versus a 180 grain bullet coming out of here, I think the recoil is going to be about the same out of this, using similar amounts of powder. I guess the guy doesn't reload either, so he doesn't understand that this is a 300 Win Mag. This is a 300 mag compared to a 30-06. That's a 300 Win Mag compared to a 30-06. And you're saying you wouldn't buy a 300 Win Mag as a first rifle because it's going to cause you to flinch. And let me go on to one other point. He talks about the sights on a Mauser, like somebody can't, like somebody's so fucking, like somebody's so immature that he can't figure out how this works. Like, obviously, if the target is farther away, then you have to fucking put it up higher. Well, the same works for scopes with BDC reticles. So why isn't this sort of a modern version of a BDC reticle in a scope, like in this 300 Win Mag with all these fancy doodads on it? I swear to God, I have a 400-yard gong target. I have a 400-yard target on my property, and I have hit it I've hit it with this gun with open sights because this is a precision instrument based on old technology. I can't believe that this is a beautiful gun. I don't know why you wouldn't want to own this as a first gun. Like, this, actually, believe it or not, this is the second gun I ever owned. The first gun I owned was the first gun I ever owned was a flintlock. That's right, a flintlock. I owned a flintlock. I owned a flintlock with fiber optic sights on it. It was a PA pellet flintlock with fiber optic sights on it, and I missed the fucking moose I was trying to shoot at because the moisture in the air stuck to the frizzen. I don't know if you know what a frizzen is. That's where the flint hits the frizzen so that it'll make it a spark, so it'll ignite the powder in the pan and then lead into the powder into the chamber, which will fire the projectile forward to hit my moose. And I didn't get my moose because it was too moist, and I missed. I didn't miss. I was on target, but I didn't get the fucking moose because it was a flintlock, and it was because of the moisture in the air. So like, and you're telling me that this is a shitty first gun? You're telling me that, like, you wouldn't shoot a moose with this gun? 195 grain bullet, and you wouldn't shoot a moose with this gun? I don't know. I got an Enfield here that shoots 100. I reload 150 grain bullets and 180 grain bullets, and I can shoot deer. I can shoot deer. Oh, look, it's got a metal butt pad. I'm gonna hurt myself. Oh my god. Look at that. That's where my fucking cleaning kit goes if I had one. You know what? And look at this. This isn't even one of the more modern ones. This is a number 4 Mark 1. It's got that's it. You know what I got for sights on this? I got that's the, let me see here. That's right. That's the 300-yard sight. And that's the 800-yard sight. This here has a 100-yard sight all the way up to 2 kilometers. And I don't know. If there's one way to teach somebody how a scope works or how projectiles work, I think maybe these old collectible guns are kind of one of the ways that work. And I'm going back to these bullets here, and I'm seeing, like, that's a 300 Win Mag. And that's a 30-06. That's a 303 British. That's an 8mm Mauser. Like, the recoil is, you know. Anyways, so what this guy recommends for your first rifle, he recommends an AR-15. An AR-15. You can't shoot shit in Canada with an AR-15. It's illegal. You can't shoot anything with it. The minimum fucking cartridge requirement to shoot big game in Canada, or any game in Canada, is 220. Is a 23 caliber. 23 caliber is the minimum cartridge caliber to shoot big any game in Canada. So you can't shoot a bear, you can't shoot a moose, you can't shoot The only thing you're going to shoot with a AR-15, because they're chambered in 223, is a fucking gopher. What, you gonna eat gopher? You gonna eat gopher? I don't know. That's not my favorite food on the table. I mean, you're gonna have to shoot a lot of gopher to put food on the table for the winter. That's for sure. Anyways, so there's my 2 cents on the guy that says that the 8mm Mauser is a shitty gun for your first gun. You know what? If you can get, honestly, my 8mm Mauser still has the original swastikas on it from World War II. That's why you buy one of these. You buy these for their collectability, you know, and you can hunt with it. That's right. You can, not only can you collect it, but you can hunt with it too. And you want to know something? That's beautiful. I got this keeper from eBay. I bought this strap. This is an original strap, K98 strap from eBay. I got this. I got the hood. The gun I bought from a guy in Saskatchewan, online, or not online. I bought it over the phone. That's like kind of the old school way of doing things, you know. And you're telling me that this 300 fucking Win Mag, brand new X-Bolt stalker, is not a, like, you wouldn't have this for your first gun if you were going to go sheep hunting or something? You can't hunt shit with a 223 in Canada. Nothing. AR-15 is your first gun. Why don't you buy a 22? Maybe you should buy a BB gun. No, you know what you should buy? You should buy a pellet gun. That's right. You should buy a pellet gun and shoot squirrels. That's what you should try to do. You should buy a pellet gun and shoot squirrels with your 223. Your 223 doesn't shoot nothing but coyotes, if you can even find them. I've been looking. You know what I shoot coyotes with? I shoot coyotes with a 243. I shoot coyotes with a 243 using 55 grain bullets, and I haven't seen none. Like, somebody tell me where the coyotes are so I can shoot some coyotes already. Anyways, that's Max R. Rogers' rant on the guy that, where is this? He says the worst first rifle. That's what he said. He said the worst first rifle you can buy is an 8mm Mauser Russian. His wasn't it? His was a Czechoslovakian one. It wasn't even that good. It was a piece of shit one. Anyways, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed my video. And pardon me for the rant if it came across as a rant, but you know what? Some people need to be put in their place. And like and subscribe if you know what I'm talking about, because you know what? 8mm Mausers are awesome. 8mm Mauser, that's got cool factor. Anyways, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos. I still have to, by the way, I still have to do the Economics for Dummies video. It's coming up, I promise. I promise it will come up. But I'm doing some accuracy tests. Someone on the page said that they wanted to see some accuracy tests with the 4570 hollow points that I did. I think there were 300 grain hollow points. Anyways, I put a scope on the 4570, so we're going to go out to, I'm going to try to take it out to 200 yards to see if we can get it out to 200 yards. So that's one of the things coming up. And oh, stay tuned. Hey, I got a scope this is the 300 Win Mag, the with the carbon fiber stalker. There's the scope. So if you're looking for an update on the 300 Win Mag, there's the scope. I'll fill you in on that in a couple of days. And as far as the sheep hunt is going, we'll see. I put my back out trying to reshingle the chicken coop. I tried to reshingle the roof of the chicken coop on my own, and so that didn't go over well. So, but anyways, like and subscribe, and check out my other videos, and thanks for watching, and we'll keep in touch. Bye for now.